the election 2003, 2023 elections has come and gone, but definitely it left a very sore taste in the mouth, and the bad memory will linger on for quite a while. I haven't taken part in many elections, well, at my because most of our own growing up was a result of the military era, so we didn't really. Or at least I started voting since 1979 during the Second Republic. Well, the politicians are always complaining about elections being rigged against them. We know, especially in Africa, people hardly want to concede defeat, and because politics is a very big business, especially in Nigeria, where the center seems to be overextended to the extent, especially once we come under presidential system of government. But in 1979, there were disputes over elections, but it wasn't anything that came near what we witnessed in 2023 general elections. Perhaps because we were assured that technology would come to take care of the anomalies that we always got to hear in previous elections of overvoting, ballot boxes being snatched, so much that we hear of additional, I mean, people simply putting two or three O's behind figures. Yeah, we were used to that. But prior to 2023, a new electoral act was put in place, which tend to make use of technology as part of accreditation and capturing of voters real time. The law made by the parliament empowered INEC, that is the supervising authority over our elections, to adopt any method that will guarantee free and fair election. So BVAS was introduced. The beauty of BVAS was simple. If you are accredited and it's uploaded immediately to INEC servers, we can know how many voters are accredited in every polling unit. And of course, once you vote, your votes also go there. So the idea of overvoting will simply be eliminated, at least substantially. But in the 2023 elections, there were, in the February 25 elections, there were meant to be two elections, the presidential and the National Assembly, that is Senate and House of Reps. Well, there will be pockets of complaints here and there about by defeated candidates in to the parliament. But the kind of vexation that we've had, the kind of disputation we have had about the presidential election was fundamental in its essence. The beavers just simply stopped working after accreditation. Results weren't uploaded to INEC servers as we were made to believe it would do. And many of the papers brought to the polling units, I mean, many of the results that were announced by INEC were deemed to have been doctored at the collation centers because the agents of some of the parties disputed that that wasn't what they had with them, and then that left some integrity deficit with the elections, and we wouldn't want to go so much on the 2023 presidential election because the matters are already in court. The PDP candidate and the Labour Party candidate, especially the Labour candidate, felt that he won that election and said that the results for them from the agents are more than what were announced, and that results were heavily doctored, and many of them were even mutilated. But let's allow the courts to do their business. Except that it leaves a very sad memory for us to know that after about 35 billion spent on preparing for that election, the best INEC would give to INEC under Professor Yakub was what we witnessed on February 25. But what was disturbing for me happened during the governorship election of March 18, or yes, March 18. If I get my date correct, that's the gubernatorial and the state assembly elections, where you read of so many anomalies concerning the elections in different parts of the state. But that of Lagos was too demeaning. Bigotry was raised to the highest level when, under the essence of Yoruba nationalism, a whole ethnic group was profiled as not qualified to vote. I mean, I've never heard of it. It's never happened. Where, because of the way the elections of the February 25 came, where the Labour Party candidate defeated the president candidate for APC, I mean, said to be the overlord of Lagos, was very alarming, and the APC, I wouldn't say that the Yorubas, no, because the candidate of Labour Party is also a Yoruba person. It's just a political gang that was bent on holding on to Lagos, that deploy bigotry into the elections. They want to be a senator, they'll even bring it in court to scare away foreigners. I mean, targeting Igbos essentially. It got so worse that they weren't even sure that they could muster the number of votes required after desensitizing the Igbos. They were even going to the polling units, I mean, putting them out, threatening them to not come out to vote. I even heard that some Yorubas who look like Igbo were prevented from voting. It is that bad. Well, some people may have won elections using that, I mean, deploying that kind of primitive antics, but the country's that's a little. We're trying to build a country, and some people think that under ethnic chauvinism is the way they could hold on to power. Is that bad? Yes, support for Obi by Afenifere. Yes, I'm a member of Afenifere. And then we did not support Obi. People should get that clear. Afenifere, under the leadership of Payo Adebanjo, decided to support a candidate from the southeast. It is the belief of Afenre that if we're to talk about unity of the country, then fairness, justice, and equity must come to play. There are zones in this country that have won the elections: the South South, the North put together, whether Northeast or Northwest, North Central, this, the Southwest has won that election. Only the Southeast, it's only a kind of Southwest extraction that has yet to occupy the. And what are we talking about? Yeah, these people under their protective organization of IPOB said they wanted to leave the country, that they were being marginalized. We insist that we are insisting that they can't go. Yet we do everything possible for them not to be part of the country. So that is the reason why Afenifere felt that if we want peace and unity, not a unity and peace of the graveyard, but proper unity where every ethnic group, the energies of every ethnic group can be marshaled and annexed for effective development. The people of Igbo, the Igbos of the Southeast extractions must be given a space. No, I don't want to. It's not about whether they've been vice president. Well, that was during the First Republic, Second Republic. What's his name under Shagari? We're talking about when the Fourth Republic commenced. Yorubas have been there under Obasanjo, and we're even there now as vice president for under 8 years. Jonathan was there for 6 years. That's from the South South. The what's his name now? Musa Shehu Yara, no, Musa Yaradua was there briefly. I mean, Jonathan succeeded him and spent out his remaining time and now had another 4 years. Well, I heard of Emilokon, is Yoruba, that was, they call the Southwest Agenda under Swagger, and they felt Yorubas should be there, and they even label many of us and our leaders who will not support the APC candidate. And a Yoruba person, they call us Somali. And the question I ask is, what did the administration of Obasanjo, a Yoruba person, what did he do for Yoruba in particular? Yoruba is an ethnic group in particular that other states did not enjoy so much that we can say, this is for us to keep on benefiting from the federal government. A Yoruba person has to be in power. I live in Ifo here. I live in Ilepa here, which is in Ifo local government. Anybody who knows this axis, that's from Abule Egba, past Songo, Oni Ale is Obasanjo's maternal homestead. That's, we share a boundary. Ifo, Arigbajo, Itori, Iwekoro, Wasini up to Abeokuta. That road has collapsed. Obasanjo is supposed to have a farm in Ota. So tell me. And we had a Yoruba person as the Minister of Works for all of 8 years. That road wasn't fixed. Maybe they will finish fixing Lagos Ibadan Expressway. That road takes about more than 80% of the volume of transportation getting out of Lagos, the commercial nerve center. So tell me, what is the big deal about a Yoruba person? And to the extent that we have to sacrifice fairness, justice, and equity. That's a very, very position. Afenifere did not say Obi. No, it just happened that Obi of Labour Party was the one that could galvanize people's imagination and the possibility of an Igbo candidacy. So we didn't really say Igbo should, Obi. No. Well, as far the Akure shenanigan, that it's not strange. Anybody who's got to be familiar with Tinubu's acting since the collapse of AD in 2003, he has always wanted his slides on to control Afenifere. Unfortunately, he has not been able to. So the Akure thing was just another trial. But everybody knows where the rest of Afenifere is. Even the Akure people, those many of them who were there, knew that they were there just for political gain. Some individuals, not many of them, just a few, we know them, who simply wanted to key into the possibility of gaining something from Tinubu. But still, when the same Fashoroti was leader of Afenifere, Tinubu raised Fasomi as counter post to Afenifere, but he didn't fly. After Fasomi, he brought out Dojayi. After Dojayi, he brought another person whose name nobody can even remember. So the accurate thing, he told me, no, Afenifere is not factionalized. Anybody familiar with the history of Afenifere right from the First Republic, we know that Afenifere has been the issue, has been the thesis against which every other people that are looking for a foothold in Yoruba land, all those who knew that there was no way they could get the attention of Yoruba people, has always wanted to destroy Afenifere. It has happened over years. Even in the First Republic, we had the likes of Sadiq Wademola raising Egbe Omolofin as against Egbe Omoduduwa, which Awolowo created. I didn't fly. Nobody remembers such organizations. When we started the Fourth Republic, different people tried to, they came under I think Ireland was sponsored by Obasanjo and with some of our leaders in Afenifere who lost out at the D-Rovans, the YC, Yoruba Council of Elders. They were able to get respected Pahala Yode. But then, Thompson, all of this didn't fly. Today, I guess that the YC probably has one member, who is always one member, who they keep imagining anytime there is any political issue. Oh, that's when you know them. And they bring in members who have never even been known to be among their register. In fact, there was a time even the secretary of YC came to Afenifere and attended our meetings and sat at our meetings. We just laughed. Because all of these organizations are for political purposes. All in an attempt to weaken Afenifere. Unfortunately, Afenifere it's in the mind of an average Yoruba person. Yes, you can abuse it, you can criticize it, but you only abuse and criticize something valuable. Otherwise, why bother yourself about Afenifere if you know it is not good? And it's Afenifere is whatever. Why are you bothering yourself about it? Why don't you leave it? Did they ask? Has Afenifere forced anybody to come and join it? After all, some people went and said the Afenifere renewal. Why didn't they create another organization instead of having Afenifere as part of it? Because they knew that Afenifere has become an issue. Like like Babangida said, Awolowo was the main issue in Yoruba, Nigerian politics. Afenifere has become an issue in Yoruba the dynamics of Yoruba politics. So, do we still have time?